The Great Depression, which lasted from 1929 to 1939, was a severe economic downturn that affected countries around the world. In the United States, the stock market crash of 1929 was the catalyst for the Great Depression, as it led to a collapse of the banking system and widespread unemployment. The stock market crash of 1929 was caused by a combination of factors, including an overinflated stock market, a lack of regulation, and economic policies that favored the wealthy. The crash led to a panic, as investors rushed to sell their stocks, causing the stock market to drop dramatically. Banks, which had invested heavily in the stock market, faced a crisis as depositors demanded their money back. Many banks were unable to meet these demands, and thousands of banks failed. The collapse of the banking system led to widespread unemployment, as businesses faced a shortage of credit and were forced to lay off workers. The unemployment rate reached 25% in 1933, and many Americans were unable to find work for years. Families faced economic hardship, as wages dropped and prices for goods and services increased. The Great Depression also had a devastating impact on agriculture, as the collapse of the stock market and the decline in consumer spending led to a decline in demand for farm products. This led to a decline in farm prices, and many farmers were forced to abandon their farms. The government, under President Herbert Hoover, initially took a hands-off approach to the crisis, believing that the economy would recover on its own. However, as the crisis deepened, Hoover began to take measures to address the economic downturn, such as increasing public works spending and raising tariffs. However, these measures were not enough to turn the economy around. Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was elected president in 1933, implemented a series of policies to address the Great Depression, known as the New Deal. These policies included the creation of government programs to provide jobs and relief to the unemployed, the establishment of a minimum wage and maximum workweek, and the creation of the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, to ensure the stability of the banking system. The New Deal policies, while they did not immediately end the Great Depression, did provide some relief to the American people and helped to stabilize the economy. Public works programs, such as the Civilian Conservation Corps, provided jobs to unemployed men, while programs such as the Federal Emergency Relief Administration provided financial assistance to those in need. The New Deal also led to the creation of several important institutions, such as the Social Security Administration, which provided financial assistance to retirees, and the Federal Housing Administration, which helped to increase the availability of affordable housing. The Great Depression also led to significant social and cultural changes. The economic crisis led to a decline in consumer spending, which had a significant impact on the entertainment industry. Movies, radio, and other forms of entertainment, which had been booming in the 1920s, saw a decline in popularity. Additionally, the Great Depression led to a decline in immigration, as many people were unable to afford to leave their home countries. This led to a decline in the cultural diversity of the United States. The Great Depression also had a significant impact on international relations. The economic crisis led to a decline in trade, as countries erected trade barriers to protect their own economies. This led to a decline in globalization and a rise in nationalism and protectionist sentiments. The Great Depression finally came to an end with the outbreak of World War II. The war led to an increase in government spending, which helped to stimulate the economy and create jobs. Additionally, the war led to an increase in demand for goods and services, which helped to end the economic downturn that had a devastating impact on the United States and the world. The stock market crash of 1929 was the catalyst for the crisis, which led to a collapse of the banking system, widespread unemployment, and economic hardship for millions of Americans. The government's initial response, under President Herbert Hoover, was inadequate, and it wasn't until Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal that steps were taken to address the crisis. The New Deal provided some relief and helped to stabilize the economy, but it was not until the outbreak of World War II that the Great Depression came to an end. The Great Depression also had a lasting impact on American society and culture. The economic crisis led to a decline in consumer spending and a decline in the entertainment industry. It also led to a decline in immigration and a decline in cultural diversity. On the other hand, the Great Depression led to the creation of important institutions such as the Social Security Administration and the Federal Housing Administration, which continue to play an important role in American society today. The Great Depression also had a lasting impact on international relations. The economic crisis led to a decline in trade and a rise in nationalist and protectionist sentiments. This had a lasting impact on the global economy and international relations, and it was one of the factors that contributed to the outbreak of World War II. In conclusion, the Great Depression was a devastating economic crisis that had a lasting impact on the United States and the world. The stock market crash of 1929 was the catalyst for the crisis, which led to widespread unemployment, economic hardship, and social and cultural changes. The New Deal policies implemented by President Franklin D. Roosevelt provided some relief and helped to stabilize the economy, but it was not until the outbreak of World War II that the Great Depression came to an end. The Great Depression continues to be a significant event in American history, and its impact can still be felt today.